It's been a long week, right? Are you ready to wind down? Why not? It's time for the Wine Time Fridays podcast with Shelley and Phil. Neither are sommeliers, but both have a deep passion for life, each other, and of course, delicious wine. And now, here to talk about this week over a glass of wine is Shelley and Phil. It's wine time!
Hello and welcome to another episode of Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil on this Friday, May 31, the last day and the last Friday of May, episode 215. Happy Friday, Shelley. It's wine time. Woohoo!
It should be Memorial Day today.
Yeah, we're recording this.
I mean,
oh no, yeah, you're right. It should be.
Why was it on Monday? It could have been a 3-day weekend starting Friday.
Well, on the 31st, and then it would be June 1, 2, 3. You want it on June 3rd? I don't think that Memorial Day.
Could be on Memorial Day, Friday. You could have Friday off and have a 3-day weekend.
Oh, you could. We've got a reception wine.
What is it?
I don't know. You want to have a taste?
Have we had it before?
We have, Shelley.
Is it a Chardonnay?
It is, Shelley. We've had. Oh, sorry, I bumped your butt. We've had this Chardonnay at least once a week.
Oh, it's a J-Lore.
Nope.
It's not. It's so tiny. Oh, that's very funny. We have this at our Rotary meetings.
Yeah.
Rotary Club meets at Lyfe Coffee Shop, Public House.
Yeah, it's a good way of giving them a shout out.
House.
Yeah.
And you can buy, instead of one glass of wine, you can buy that little bottle.
It's actually a pretty good deal. And we like Dave, we like Brooke, and we like Lyfe. We love Lyfe.
We love Lyfe.
There's a song about Lyfe. Can I just say, Shelley, that I want to, while we're tasting and sipping through, I try not to pour very much, but apparently I poured a little more than I wanted. A huge thank you to Luke Marquis.
That was very fun.
And the wines from Mollydooker. They're going to be back in the North Idaho market, and we're going to try our hardest to see if we can get more than just the boxer and just the two left feet into on the store shelves, because they've got fantastic wines and they're so much fun. And the Mollydooker shake is second to none. And that was it the velvet glove that he said had that coconut and chocolate and
I don't know,
cherry.
There were a lot of wines we tried.
Yeah, but he said it tasted, reminded him of.
I'll have to go back and listen.
Yes, you will. Ripe cherry. Was that the candy? Cherry ripe? Cherry ripe.
It's an Australian candy.
Well, it's made from.
I wonder where you can get it.
Cherry ripe.
Aha.
Cherry ripe. We got this from our friends at Amazon. And we're going to taste a Pinot Noir, which I think we should open that then, and not necessarily on the rosé.
By Cadbury.
Yeah, made by Cadbury, but it is an Australian wine. But
Australian candy.
Yeah, we'd never had the candy before, and so I ordered a bag.
A bag.
I tried one last night. What? I wanted to make sure it wasn't bad.
Was it good?
Very. You can hardly wait. Okay. Okay. This week, we're taking a breath from having guests. We have had guests the last 9 straight weeks. That's over 2 months.
Yeah, wow.
If I were to add up all of the episodes so far for 2024, we've had 22. 17.
We've had 22 episodes?
Today, counting today, 22 episodes. 17 of them have had guests.
Nice.
Yeah. And we're on pace to have 40... Oh, I forgot. I did the math. Anyway, 40. We're on pace to have 40.
So we have no guest today.
No guest today. Well, I mean, you and
us.
we're just hosts, though.
Mm.
So you're going to have to put up with us. But I like these breathers.
A breather's good.
Yeah. 78%, though, of our episodes so far.
Because we could have less wine when we...
Yeah. And you know, it's Tomorrow's June 1st.
Yes.
Something's going on June 1st, and I can't think of what it is.
I don't know.
Oh, I actually, tonight.
We're going to Los Angeles soon.
Tonight, yes, we are. Tonight, down at Coeur d'Alene Fresh, they're having kind of a big opening with music, and they're going to be open Fridays and Saturdays.
During the summer?
Coming up through the summer. And so go down and visit Marla and say hello.
And tell her we sent you.
And say Wine Time Fridays sent us, Marla. Whatever. Okay, let's see. Talk about, Leoness in Temecula. Our first wine is got a lot of stories behind it. It's a 2022 Leoness
White Merlot.
White Merlot.
It's very dark. It looks very dark in the camera.
I'm really interested about this. Ooh, look at the little bubbles in there.
Fizz.
Yeah. Interesting. We got this from a friend of ours, a longtime listener of the show, David Somera.
Yeah, and if we ever have calls, he'll be a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. For those of you who listened to and detested Tom Likas over the years. Oh. He blocked me on Twitter.
Good. You don't need to hear from him.
He is so funny.
So Leoness Vineyard is in Temecula Valley. It's in Temecula. The grapes are in Temecula Valley. This is where my son and his wife got married. The wedding was very beautiful. And so were the photos because they were in the vineyard.
Yeah. So do we know what the RS is on this?
I don't think we do. We don't know a lot about this wine. They didn't.
There wasn't a whole lot on the...
I know the alcohol is 12.5. So that's nice.
Pulling up some info on this. Yep, 12.5. And you're right. They have 0 on their website.
So we don't know if it's 100% Merlot?
Well, it is 100% Merlot.
How do you know that?
Because it says 100% Merlot, fermented at cold temperatures in stainless steel tanks.
I kind of missed that.
It was hidden on that first 2 words.
Let's give it a twirl.
Let's give it a sniffy sniff, a swirl, and a sniffy sniff.
And then a twirl.
Now, White Zinfandel has a bad reputation.
I know.
Hopefully this is not like White Zinfandel.
Hopefully not.
To health, wealth, and abundance, gratitude, romance,
and peace on earth.
Nice.
It doesn't taste like it has any effervescence.
No.
It does not taste like White Zinfandel, but it is a bit sweet.
It is a bit sweet, which is why, because I did the rinse pour, I always taste the swill after the rinse pour.
The swill?
Well, it's supposed to be a rinse pour. You're supposed to dump it.
Oh.
But
we have a dump bucket.
I know. We only have 2 wines we're tasting tonight, aside from the reception wine. This is a little sweeter, but it's not as sweet as that first taste that I had. So I'm glad about that. Anything else you have on this?
Very nice. I get strawberries, ripe strawberries. It does have some sugar. I would probably...
I'm going 1.5 or 2.
I was just going to say I would probably serve this as a dessert.
Yeah,
it's really yummy though.
We're having tacos tonight, and we thought about this, and it still may work.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Temecula has 10, 15, 20 years ago, they weren't making the best wines in the world. Now they're making a lot better wines.
There are some good wines. You have to learn what can grow in your area, so it takes a while because there were wineries down there back in the 70s, and I think this winery, Leoness, started in like 2002-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast today while mowing the lawn, and she was interviewing somebody from Virginia. Now, Virginia may be one of the oldest wine regions in the United States. Nobody really knows that. And so they were talking about bringing grapes over because the soils are great in Virginia, but they didn't have the best vines. And so they brought over some vines from Europe, and they brought over like 15 different plantings, and they just kept trying to find the right combination because I never really thought about this before. Really, the vines have a whole lot to do with it, the quality of the vines. There's so many moving parts for coming up with a good bottle of wine. Yeah, let's start with wine or the vines, right? You have to have
the soil.
Climate
is a big one.
Yep, good conditions, right sun exposure, not too windy, not too cold at night, all of that, and then you have to be able to, pick the grapes at the right time. And like you said, the climate, that could be a bad year. And so they get horrible fruit, or it could be a great year and they have an abundance of fruit, but it's maybe not the quality of. So there's so many variables. Then you have to make the wine.
That's true.
So honestly, you have to make the wine, and then you might be putting it in barrels. Should we go there?
Sure.
I mean,
the wine word of the week.
Wine words of the week.
Wine words
of
the week.
From the social web. The wine words of the week, wine barrel. Oh, Phil, that's a stupid word. Everybody knows what wine barrels are.
However.
Yes. A large oak container used to age and store wine. Okay? Yes. Fair enough. However is right. There are so many sizes and kinds. You want to go over that a little bit while I work on this rosé?
So they can be made from French oak, American oak, Hungarian oak, and there's some other ones too. And there's a lot of different sizes. So a barrique in Bordeaux is 225 liters or 59 gallons. And then there's one called Burgundy. In Burgundy, they are 60 gallons. In Cognac, 79 gallons. A puncheon is one that holds 132 gallons. Demi-muid, 158 gallons. A hogshead, 79 gallons. It's a different type of barrel, not really used for wine. So what is it used for?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Bourbon, maybe bourbon or things.
Maybe.
And then there's another barrique in Burgundy and Bordeaux, which holds 60 gallons. A demi-barrique holds 30 gallons, and a demi-muid holds 159 gallons. You already wrote that one, though.
Oh, I did?
Mm-hmm. Twice.
Yeah, it is right there. What's interesting is the barrique and the Burgundy. One's 225 liters. The other is 228 liters. Just 3 whole liters difference. That's like 2 magnums.
That's all?
Yeah. Yeah, a magnum's 1.5 liters, right?
No, this is gallons, not liters.
Well, it says right here 225 liters and 228 liters. Oh, well, in the gallons, it's 59 versus 60.
Oh, you're talking about the difference. Okay.
Yeah, just the difference between those two. We have a wine barrel here. I could turn around the camera, but we don't want anybody to see our messy
basement.
Yeah, but we have one, and I'm not sure which one it is because we were going to get 2 so we could put a charcuterie board on it. I think we've almost abandoned that idea a little bit, or at least put it on the back burner. Just going to get a nice round piece of glass to put on top of that.
Someday.
Yeah, soon, and put some corks in there. So anyway, we'll get back to wine barrels and some of the parts a little bit later. But right now, Shelley, I'm going to do a live read for one of our newest sponsors, Seasons of Coeur d'Alene.
Yay.
Whether you're looking
Welcome Seasons.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, whether you're looking for lively drinks and conversation or a relaxing dinner with friends and family, Seasons of Coeur d'Alene has you covered. Locally owned and seasonally inspired since 2011. They craft fresh, house-made cuisine and craft cocktails that constantly evolve with the Northwest's bounty. Choose from the intimate dining room, summer patio, or lively bar scene, perfect for anytime gatherings. But it's not just the food and drinks, as Seasons customers are also served special events including live music and wine dinners. General Manager Daniel Bentley and his talented culinary team take locally sourced ingredients and transform them into locally inspired dishes while always paying homage to Coeur d'Alene's character. So, whether you're dining al fresco or kicking back for craft cocktails, support Seasons' commitment to community and discover why they remain a favorite in the Lake City year after year. I'll even add after year.
After year.
For more information, please visit seasonsofcda.com or simply call 208-664-8008. Seasons of Coeur d'Alene Fresh Grill and Bar, dining inspired by North Idaho's Seasons.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a lot of words. And then running out of breath.
And they are great. We have our polka dot powerhouse luncheons there each month. We are there a lot, just hanging out.
By the way, one of the best kept secrets is their Thursday happy hour.
Burgers and
beer. Mm-hmm. You can have wine too, but it's like $15 and you get a nice dinner, a nice beer, or a glass of wine. That's pretty dang good. Really? Isn't it $15, something like that?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, next one here.
Oh, thank you. Will you talk about, this is Oregon Wine Month and the last day of, and then we're going with the Oregon Wine License.
This is the last day of Oregon Wine Month. So we are having a 2022 Chehalem Willamette Valley Pinot Noir. Bing.
I always like that sound.
This is 14% alcohol, and in 1990 it was the Chehalem's Vineyards
first vintage?
Yeah, Pinot Noir harvest in 1990. So not their first release of the Pinot Noir, but their first harvest. And they have so many wines now. I have that.
Oh, this is mine.
Yes, it is.
Should we try it with this? Oh, we have to have a proper #cheersing toast.
#cheersing.
Oh, it smells good. Willamette Valley Pinot or Oregon Pinot are usually really fruit driven. Cheersing.
Cheersing. This is also delicious. It is fruity.
It is fruity. It's got some tannins. This is 2022. I'm sure you can lay this down. Let's have a little candy, Shelley.
This is very fun. Is there coconut in this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is good.
I'm having dessert before dinner.
We need to import this.
Well, I think we can get it at Amazon.
It's sort of like a cherry mound bar.
Luscious cherries and coconut and gold-rich dark chocolate. That's very good. I love peanut and coconut. I love coconut.
I know you do. I love coconut too.
We should do more coconut. No. Put the lime in the coconut.
Yep, that pairs well.
That makes really perfect sense.
I bet it pairs well with, no, maybe not. Too sweet.
Yeah. Oh, man, that is good. Good job, Luke, for cluing us in on this. That's awesome.
Are we going to buy a subscription to this? Cherry Ripe from Amazon? Because you could get subscriptions,
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
We should get subscriptions for the filter for the hot tub. This got an SRP, a suggested retail price of $25. By the way,
the other one, the White Merlot, was $32.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had 28 on the back of the bottle.
Also delicious.
Oh, man. And by the way, thank you, David and Jenny. Mm-hmm. Very thoughtful. They're down in Temecula. They know that we visited and like Temecula as an up-and-coming. They brought this bottle back for us. And it was so cool because he handed it to me. He's like, we got this for you guys. I'm like, that's a rosé. Look at how dark it is. So rosé, a white Merlot. So I really want to know the difference between what makes it a white Merlot or a rosé of Merlot.
We have to look that up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I just took a bite of that candy. It really is good.
This is the 100% Pinot Noir.
14,
And it was in
yep.
17% new oak for 12 months.
Katie Santora is the winemaker there at Chehalem. And the rosé down from Leoness is from David Somera. We have Katie Santora and David Somera.
Ah,
That's
similar.
hard for me to say.
All right. So, are you going back to the parts of the barrel?
I think we should, yeah.
All right.
Oh, by
we
the way,
don't have a barrel to show, but
I could roll it over.
Let's not do that.
Hang on while I roll the barrel over. Some different parts of the barrel. We have the staves, and those are the individual wooden planks that form the body of the barrel. We see them all the way around. In fact, they'll make chairs out of those. They'll make, when the barrel is done, they'll make all sorts of things out of the staves, right? Very clever and creative people will make a lot of fun things.
And signs. We see a lot of signs.
Yep. And that, again, typically made from oak. And there's different kinds of oak. As Shelley pointed out before we hit record, there's also a Hungarian oak, but French, American. And there's Greek oak as well. Was there oak from Greece?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, so that's typically oak.
But they also use chestnut and acacia.
Oh, man.
So as you can imagine, you can develop different kinds of flavors by what kind of oak you use. And also, usually it's toasted or they do some kind of charring on the inside of the barrels.
And that has a number, like a number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, in terms of how much it's toasted. It's all remarkable.
Yeah.
And so when they say new American oak or new French oak, that means these barrels have never been used to put wine in as the vessel to ferment. And so they're going to impart more of that oak profile. And then the second time around, a little bit less. To the point where I think it's after 2 years, it'll be considered neutral. Yep. Mm-hmm. So the head of the barrel is the top and the bottom, the circular pieces, which, by the way, we love our head Lazy Susan on your table that you use as a desk.
Yeah.
And it turns around. We put all sorts of things on it for parties. It's fantastic. I think we had a party with some clients of ours and used the what's that thing where you make your stuff? Reclette, thank you. And we had the Lazy Susan there with all the different things that you grill, and people just spun it around and grab what they wanted. It was pretty cool. Then we have the bilge, which is the curved section where the staves meet at the bottom of the barrel. Okay, I see it. Got it. And then you have the hoop, which are the metal bands that hold the staves together. Mm-hmm. And there are apparently 2 types of hoops.
Chime hoops.
And the bilge hoops. Yeah. Then you have the croze, which is CROZE, the groove cut into the ends of the staves where they fit together to form the barrel body. Okay.
Tongue and groove?
I think it's like tongue and groove. Yep. Mm-hmm. And then the truss hoops. And these are the temporary hoops used during the coopering process to hold the staves together while the permanent hoops are being attached. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a YouTube video up of somebody
talking about that.
Yeah, toasting the inside of a barrel. It's really fascinating.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's that. We're going to take one more quick break, and you're going to hear from the other 2 sponsors. And when we come back, we're going to talk about some wines we've had this week, what we've got coming up, and all sorts of mayhem.
Mayhem?
You want to bring us back in?
Welcome back to Wine Time Fridays on this last Friday and last day of May. So May 31st.
May 31st, last day
Episode
of
201?
200. What?
No, it's not episode 201. Someone made a mistake on the show notes.
Oh, that's interesting because I did change it eventually. But yes, it's 215, episode 215.
Gotcha.
I did make a mistake on not changing that. But I did get the dates right. So that's good. I got that going for me. We have got some things coming up. We did the social web wine word of the week. Mm-hmm. And we have some things coming up in June. We have the 10th, which is National Rosé Day.
Yes.
In fact, I think June 5th is also National Bubbly Day. I didn't put that down.
Ooh,
Probably
nice.
should have had a bubbly tonight, but And
We'll have one on the 5th.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll talk about it.
Check us out on the socials. Check us out on Threads. You want to put something on Threads on the 5th of June?
We'll see.
Okay. The 11th to the 16th is Prosecco Week. The 16th and 20th, get 2 days, drink Chenin Blanc Day. 21st is World
Lambrusco Day.
We should get a Lambrusco.
I love Lambrusco.
22nd is International Rosé Day. By the way, all of these days in June are falling in Idaho June month. June is Idaho Wine Month. I'll say it right.
Idaho June month.
Idaho June month. So, in fact, that's a good segue because next week is the first week of Idaho Wine Month, and we are bringing in Cara and Keelan Dickson from Rosemary Manor out of Post Falls, Shelley.
Yeah.
The second closest winery. It's probably let's see, is this the closest winery we've ever had? Because Liberty Lake is in Washington.
A little bit farther.
Yeah.
Well, we have had Rivaura, which has a tasting room.
Yep,
downtown.
we got to count Rivaura as the closest. Yep. That's for sure.
All right, so.
Some wines we had this week?
International Rosé Day is on the 22nd.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you. Rosé every day, all day, forever. You want to talk about some of the wines we
had this week? Marcelo, Pelleriti Signature Cabernet Franc, Château Latour de la Vique Pétale de Rosé,
nice.
Elemental Pinot Noir, Koenig Vineyards, Bitner Vineyard Chardonnay, Paso Verde White.
You remember that one?
I do not.
The Paso Verde White was Paso Robles, and it had like 5 different white grapes.
Okay. We
got it at grocery outlet, and then I went back to get some more.
All gone.
Gone.
That's the trouble with grocery outlet.
Yep.
Fortant Coast Select Chardonnay, A to Z Wine Works Pinot Noir, and a Chateau Grand Théac Reserve Margaux.
Nice. By the way,
that's a lot of wine.
Remember, we recorded 2 weeks ago with Luke.
Oh, mm-hmm.
So that's why this added up a little bit. By the way, we did get this Willamette Valley Pinot Noir from Chehalem down at Seasons. Mm-hmm. And so they do sell full bottles. They've got a great wine list.
And they have a wine club.
They have a wine club.
We're going to talk about that later on.
We are going to talk about that later on, not necessarily today.
Yeah.
Big breath. I think that's it. With a little bit of knowledge, and we talked a lot about wine barrels. With a little bit of knowledge, wine becomes a lot less overwhelming. Shelley, my wine glass is empty. Let's get on with dinner prep and move forward. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week when we talk to Cara and Keelan with Rosemary Manor Winery.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for spending part of your day to wind down with Shelley and Phil. Remember, you can listen to any episode of the Wine Time Fridays podcast by visiting winetimefridays.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And join us on our Wine Time Fridays Facebook page, Instagram, or on Twitter, which is @VintageTweets, for daily conversation. Until next week, here's our toast to you. To health, wealth, abundance, gratitude, peace on earth, and of course, romance.